All right, I put together a really fun pull workout. Now we're just going to be focusing on our upper body today. And once again, I'm just going to do everything, all of these muscles that use pulling motions in just 3 exercises. It's really cool, guys. So we're going to start off with some straight arm pull downs. We're going to be using bands, okay? Then I'm going to go to my biceps. So the very first thing is we're working on our lats. The second exercise, we're focusing on our biceps. And then we're going to finish up with 1 arm dumbbell rows, which is back on our back. Okay, so why am I doing 2 back exercises but only 1 bicep? All right, guys, look at the size of my bicep. Look at the size of my back, okay? So there are tons of muscles in your back, all right? And so because of that, and because they're so strong and big, we need to do 2 exercises to really incorporate and hit all those different muscle groups from different angles. And that's why I picked 2 completely different movements for my back, okay? So the very first one is going to be straight arm pull downs. Now, straight arm pull downs is an exercise where you have to have the anchor at the top of the door. There's just no other way to do it, guys. This is a fantastic exercise for your lats, and especially these muscles. You're going to really feel this right here under your arm, okay? Great way. If you haven't done these before, you're actually going to be sore the next day, okay? So years and years ago, I only did lat pull downs and rows, okay? I didn't really hit all the different exercises and little muscle groups in your back. And when I first tried these, guys, I was really sore, and I was happy about it because I found a way to activate a new set of muscles in my back that I'd been basically ignoring for all these years. So, guys, you have to step away from the anchor, okay, and you're going to find a distance where you're going to have a little bit of tension already in the bands, okay? They're not loose right now. And I'm going to keep my elbows, they don't have to be locked out, but keep my arms relatively straight. I'm going to be bending down, I'm going to be looking at the floor, okay, guys? And I'm going to pull these handles down to my thighs, okay? Nice controlled movement. 3, knock out about 10 to 12. 7, 8, 9. All right, 10. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to drop 1 band, same color, off both sides, all right? Get back with no rest, all right? Now, guys, that's just perfect. 1. Knock out about 4 to 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all right? Drop 1 more band because we're doing double drop sets on every exercise this week. And go right back. All right. Now this is a little lighter than I would like, so I'm going to step further away from the door, which just basically makes it more difficult. Okay, so you could adjust the tension in these bands, not just by changing the colors, but also by changing the distance that you're located from the anchor. Oh, see how I hold it kind of at the bottom for a split second, okay? That really ups the intensity. Now, guys, I want you to do 3 to 4 sets of this exercise, just the old traditional way, you know, 10 to 12 reps. Rest about a minute, catch your breath, do it again. And then only on the last set, whether that's the 4th or 5th set, depending on how many normal sets you do, I want you to do this drop set just like I showed you. Now, the next exercise is standing face curls, and it's no accident, okay, that I'm using bands with the high anchor. Why did I do that? Well, because the previous exercise was a band high anchor. So when I put these workouts together for you guys, I'm trying to think ahead, and I'm trying to plan these exercises not just for the muscle groups that we're working, but also to make it as straightforward and easy as I can for you guys. I don't want you having to move the bands up and down, you know, low anchor, then high anchor every single set, all right? So this is a great exercise. You don't see people do this very often, but it's a real creative way to hit our biceps. So we just hit our backs, okay? Now I'm gonna give my back a little rest. we're gonna focus on our biceps, okay? These are called face pulls. All right, so here we go. Now you're gonna have to lean back a little bit because of course the bands are pulling you back towards the door. All right, get a nice wide stance, okay? And then I'm going to just bring the handles to my face, okay? I'm trying to keep my elbows as still as possible, okay? Keep them in one place and only move your hands. So your upper arms and elbows stay in one location and just your forearms and your hands are curling and bringing those handles back towards your face. Knock out about 10 of these guys and then we're going to drop down, okay, to the next lighter resistance with these bands. Same exact movement, no rest. 4, 5, 6. All right, drop one more time. Remember, this is a double drop set. Now guys, if you find yourself now with a resistance that's just too light, okay, remember, step further away from the anchor and then just hold it. Go slower and then hold at the top of the movement. That's going to make this resistance artificially heavier or tougher because we're adding more time under tension. Now guys, that's the trick I want you guys to learn when we're using bands, okay? So because we don't have the luxury of all these different weighted dumbbells like you would at a gym, so you can go from a 45 to a 35 to a 30, okay? You know, changing the colors on the bands may be a bigger drop in resistance than you really wanted, all right? There's nothing we can do about that. So to make it feel tougher and heavier than it really is, you just slow down the movement, okay? And then you contract and hold it and squeeze those biceps at the very top of the movement, and that will make it feel heavier and tougher than it really is. One-arm dumbbell rows are basically a staple go-to exercise at the gym. And remember, our back is big and strong. And when we're rowing or pulling this dumbbell up, okay, we're using a lot of big muscles and you're also using your bicep, okay? That is a secondary muscle that's being used anytime you do a pulling movement like this. So guys, I can go up to 50 pounds in my house here. Now, if I was at the gym, I might be using 90 pounds or more, okay? So I need to figure out a way to make this weight feel so heavy that by the 10th to 12th rep, I'm really getting fatigued and tired. Then I'm gonna drop about 20% of the weight off. I'm gonna do another 5 to 6 reps, then put that down and drop another 20% and finish up with 5 to 6 reps. And that's gonna be called, you know, that's a double drop set. So we're gonna do one arm at a time, okay? And then in between arms, when you're switching from your right arm, okay, after you've done your drop set, before you move to your left arm, I want you guys to rest about 2 minutes, okay? I really want your body to get the energy back, get the oxygen back to the muscles, okay? Because if you don't, you'll be partially fatigued and you won't be able to hit your other arm nearly as hard as you hit your first arm, okay? So that's the trick there. All right, now with these dumbbell rows, guys, you need to take a nice wide kind of athletic stance. And I'm gonna be doing my right arm first, and I like putting my left hand on my off knee here, offside knee. And then guys, try to keep your back straight, okay? You know, don't do this hunched over cat back. I want you to keep your butt kind of sticking out and that black back straight, okay? And then I'm just gonna focus on pulling the weight up, all right? And I'm pulling it back towards my hip. I'm not pulling it up here towards my shoulder. It's coming back towards my waist. And then look at the speed here, guys. Slow up and slow down. All right, so I'm not twisting my torso. I'm not using my torso. I'm just trying to bring my elbow. So focus on getting that elbow up and back. Okay, up and backwards, all right. Knock out about 10 to 12 reps of this. And then hold it at the top to make it feel a little heavier. Then I'm gonna drop the weight down, okay? I'm gonna knock about 20% off. No rest. Come back. Same form, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, one last drop set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh boy. All right. Woo. Man, I'm feeling it up in my traps up here also, not just my back. Feeling it in my biceps. Now guys, I've talked about this with bands, okay? The same concept holds true with dumbbells. We don't have the luxury of a big giant rack in our house, right? I don't have 20 pairs of dumbbells that go all the way up to 120 pounds. So to make my little 50-pound dumbbells feel like they're 80 or 90 pounds like at the gym, all I do is go slower with my tempo and then hold the weight at the top of the movement for a 1 or 2 count and then slowly let it go back down. That radically increases the time under tension, and of course that makes that weight, that dumbbell, feel much heavier than the weight that I already have selected on. So guys, give yourself, see how out of breath I am? Part of that is because I'm talking, but also I want to catch my breath before I go over and start doing my left arm. So I want you fully recovered. Otherwise, you're basically going to be working one side of your body harder than the other. I see people at the gym make that mistake a lot, okay? And they can't figure out why they're weaker on their left side or their right side. Depends on, whichever side goes second is always going to be weaker. Guys, fantastic way to get your back big. And remember guys, a big, wide, muscular back looks fantastic when you're wearing a shirt because that gives you that nice V shape, okay? Trust me guys, fantastic exercise. So guys, when we are incorporating a more complex or difficult method like drop sets, we don't need 5 or 6 different exercises to get a fantastic workout in. That's part of the reason why we're focusing on drop sets this week, is because I just knocked out a great back and bicep workout, which is a pull upper body workout with only 3 different exercises. Now remember, I did 3 to 4 of each one of these exercises before I did the drop set that I showed you guys how to do. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do when you're doing these workouts. So depending on your level of fitness, the amount of time you happen to have for this particular workout, do at least 3 or 4 regular sets before you get to the drop set, and you can knock out a fantastic upper body workout that focuses on your back and your biceps in what, 30, 35 minutes? All right, hope you loved today's workout, guys. I got a fantastic pump, and I know you guys will too, but you have to focus on the form. Time under tension, slow, hold the weight or the resistance at the top of the movement, and that's what's going to give you that fantastic pump.